Moving median smoothing. Okay, you're going to start with an example of 3 median smoothing. It's almost always an odd number. I say almost always because someone will do an even one to a normie one day, but it's almost always odd. And it's almost always done graphically as well. So what you need to do, 3 median, you're going to grab the first 3 data points like so. And so you can see that the center one is centered horizontally, it's centered on 2. Now we're going to work out where the vertical center is. And again, you just knock off the top and the bottom, and you can see this is the middle, but it needs to be centered on 2, so it moves over, and we put a dot there, and that's how we do that. So then we just move again, like we always do. So here's the next 3 data points, which are now centered on 3. Which one's in the middle? Well, there's the top, there's the bottom. It's this one, isn't it? But it needs to be over here. So that's our next dot. And you just keep going. So 1, 2, 3. We know it's centered on 4 this time. There's the top, there's the bottom, and it looks like that's the center, so it goes over there. And so on and so on. This is exciting stuff to watch, I'm sure. Again, you can probably see that's the middle one, so it goes there. Just shortening the process, and we don't need to keep doing that. And 1, 2, 3, that's the 3 I'm looking at. Middle one is there, but it has to be moved over to center on 6. And then we do the same thing. We're going to look at these 3 dots, which are centered on 7, and the middle one looks like it's just there, doesn't it? All right, and again, we're going to look at these last 3 dots, which are centered on 8, and the middle one is actually the same dot. That does sometimes happen, by the way. There we go, and then you join them up with a line. You should probably use a ruler, and there we go. You can see it's smoother than it was before. Now, a common mistake is that people join it up to 0 here, so don't be that person. We don't do that at all. Okay, or join it up at the end. And again, can you see that it's lossy because we don't have a point here or a point here? Just like with 3 median, you lose bits off the end. Okay, this time we're going to do exactly the same thing, but with 5 median smoothing. So we look at 5 dots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see that that is centered on 3, so we've already lost 1 and 2. And again, we just chop off the tops and the bottoms, but we have to do it twice now. So top, bottom, it looks like that is the first dot on the 5 median smoothing. All right, some careful erasing here. And then we're going to move one more along. And if you lose track, you can go, oh, I need to do the next one centered on 4. 2 to the left, 2 to the right, and then you go top, bottom, top, bottom. So it's this one, but it has to come across to here. So we put the dot there. Then we do some more careful erasing. And so this time we're centered on 5. So we need 2 to the left, 2 to the right, and top, bottom, top. That one's the bottom, so it's all the way over from here over to here. So that's our new dot. Careful erasing again. And we just keep going and going. So we need one centered on 6. So we need 2 to the left, 2 to the right. And so if you cross off the top and the bottom, and then the top and the bottom, you find it's number 8 that's coming across over here. So it's about there. If I can get that to work. Cool. And then we carefully erase things. And let's do the same thing again. So we need one centered here. And you can see this is the last one, because if we do 2 to the left and 2 to the right, we're finished. So again, there's the top, there's the bottom, there's the top, there's the bottom. So it's number 8 that's coming across again. Carefully erase all that. Then we get our lovely line and join it up. And you can see that we didn't have any data from 8 or 9, and 10 didn't have a dot anyway. So we've got a bit of a lossy situation again as usual, but it is slightly smoother. Make sure you don't do this and you'll be fine. Okay, so the reason I did this question was because it says both 3 median smoothing and 5 median smoothing are being considered for this data. Just done them. Both of these methods result in the same smooth value on which day number. So I've got the graph in the bottom corner here. It's probably a bit small to see the difference, so I'm going to zoom it out again and show you, and then we'll go back to the question and answer it. Now, the reason I had to work this out in a bigger scale was because these two look quite close on a small scale, but you can see that actually on the bigger scale, it looks like it's actually 0.7, the last point. Isn't that nice? So the answer is 7. So just for completion, that's E. And just for completion, I'll do question 14, which has got nothing to do with the graph. They wanted you to use this data to find the equation of the least squares line. It says day number is the explanatory variable, so you should know, of course, that y equals a plus bx, which means day number must be x, so it can't be these two. Put your data into your calculator, hit calc regression linear greg, make sure you got list 1, list 2 the right way round, and you get 28.5 is A, and 1.77 is B, so it looks like the answer is E again.